everyone. We are here with President Mehboob of ASHRAE. We are at the ASHRAE winter meeting in Atlanta. So thank you very much for being with us, President. I'd like to ask you a few questions about important topics for our sector, air conditioning, refrigeration, and heat pumps. Your presidential theme is leveraging relationship, knowledge, and change is the formula to secure our future. What we need to do to secure our future in our sector?
So, Marco, our sector is global. It's not necessarily limited to one part of the world. But there are common themes here. The thing is that for our success, we need, to strengthen the relationships that we have in our industry, which to me means that we have associations in Europe, we have associations in South America, we have associations in India, and we need a greater degree of collaboration. We need to work together with each other because our specialities are different in different parts of the world, and together we make a complete whole. So first ASHRAE is trying to harness the power of these relationships. We have an Associate Societies Alliance. We have 66 associations in this umbrella, and we want to strengthen our relationships there so we can address the critical issues of our day, like climate change and decarbonization and other things. Second, we need information on industrial trends. Without that information, we will not have an action plan. So we start by having industry roundtables. We bring manufacturers, engineers, academia in different parts of the world. We had in Tokyo in Japan a roundtable. We had Japanese contractors, manufacturers, academia. Same thing we did in Madrid in Spain. We did the same thing in Istanbul in Turkey, because it's a different mix of companies. And then we did one in Orlando, where Florida has a large industrial base. And then this week in fact, we did one in Atlanta, and we will do one in Mexico in the spring. So from these roundtables, we gather very important and relevant information about our industry. And then when we have the partnerships, we have the knowledge of what the market needs, we sit down and we do the plan of action. So that is the way to securing our future.
Thank you very much. Yes, cooperation is vital for sure. Second question for you, President Mehboob. In Europe, as we said also in our magazine, in the International Special Issue, in which also ASHRAE has a very good article, in Europe we aim for net zero decarbonization by 2050. Heating and cooling have an important role in it. Through heat pumps and air conditioning powered by renewable energy, do you think we can achieve it? Is the world ready for this big step?
I think that the world is almost ready for this big step, because all across the world, we as normal people are beginning to see the effects of climate change. Maybe 10 years ago, it was professors talking. Today, no more. In my country, in Pakistan, we have floods that finished 33 million homes. You go to California, the wildfires, the hurricanes, the storms. So I think the world has finally come to realize that this is not a problem that we can push away and say, well, next 10 years we will do, next 20 years we will do. I think that realization exists in the world.
Yeah, you're perfectly right. Yeah. And in Europe, we have many regulation directives in this direction. And I think in the world will be more and more regulation and cooperation for achieving net zero in the next future.
Absolutely, you're right, because I would like to congratulate the Europeans. They have been first in this realization, ahead of everybody else. But now everybody is on it, and there are European rules and regulations, and there are American rules and regulations, and there is a convergence between all the parties working together in this global collaboration that I talk about. And so I think that with this collaboration and everybody working together, we should be able to achieve our objectives.
Very good, yeah. It's very good, very, very nice to be optimistic and enthusiastic about this trend, because only like that we can achieve it. Third question, if I may, President Mehboob, is related to our members, area members, the members of our association, because we are very much working on increasing the competence, and normally our sector is focused more on training and information exchange with manufacturers, design engineers, and contractors and operators sometimes are the missing link in our sector. Operators also, and users. They don't know maybe why it's important to be trained for energy efficiency, for controlling, checking, digitalization. Maybe operators are not informed. What do you think we can do for increasing the training for technicians and for operators?
So there are two sides to this issue. One of the sides is that I hear around the world that there is a critical issue with workforce development. Yeah. We are facing workforce shortages almost everywhere in the world. And the question to ask ourselves is that is the new generation need something different from the old generation in the way we train? Our training models in many ways are going back 40, 50 years. You have classroom training models and so on. And personally, I think that model needs to change. The new generation is not interested in that. They are more interested in digital training, in an altogether different format of learning. And as far as operators are concerned, I think they will realize that issue, simply because they need to run our buildings efficiently. As we decarbonize, as we try energy efficiency, prices of oil are going up, resources are getting shorter. Operators also need that efficiency. So I don't think it will be difficult to bring them on board, but it is important to take a fresh look at how we train our people. And I think we need to attract more people in industry. Now, I was speaking this morning at the exhibition, and I pointed out that women are a very small percentage of the HVACR workforce. So the question is that in today's world, people like to work remotely. They are willing to move. This is a very mobile generation. So do we have a system in which we don't say that you come to work at 9 and go away at 5 and it's your full day? Would it help our workforce if we said, give us half a day and you can do something else in half a day? And maybe people are more interested in that. So I think we need a fresh look at our training methodologies and make them more up to the digital requirements which the times are pushing.
You're right. We need to update our program, our syllabus. We need to update it to a new needs, which is digitization, maybe even more practical as well, more practical to the problem, to the solution of the problems.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, President Mehboob, President of ASHRAE. It was very nice meeting you today, and I look forward to invite you to host you in Milano in our conference in June, 8th, 9th of June, for the International Conference of United Nations, AHR, in which we will talk about the latest technology in refrigeration and air conditioning.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you for coming across and interviewing me, and my best wishes for the great work that ARIA is doing.
Thank you, sir.